Hello, and thank you for listening to this Ringside Report Network podcast today. You can find more in-depth, exclusive written content on our website at ringsidereport.net. Before I hand it off to Dave and the team, I want to remind you that we are a listener-supported creator team. On our website, we would appreciate it if you supported our sponsors or purchased our exclusive merch. Branded clothing, mugs, and even jiu-jitsu gear, which are available only in our store. You can become a recurring supporter of our content at membership.ringsidereport.net. This, along with all our podcasts, is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Amazon, iHeart, and TuneIn, wherever you get your podcasts. It would help us immensely if you left a positive review on Spotify, Apple, or Amazon. Thank you for your support and enjoy the show.
Please welcome David Simon. Good to see you again, David. Thanks for coming back.
Oh, yes. The WarGames teams are official. AEW Full Gear goes down tomorrow night. We'll preview it. Wrestling Uncensored is live. Live in full effect. We are here. Dave and Johnny, the team. Johnny with the hair, Dave with the shaved head. Having a good time. Talking professional wrestling. What's up, Johnny?
Well, that was a really cool opening that we have now on YouTube. You're listening on podcasts, you missed out on a really nice, cool opening production team put together, I thought. Really good job there, and we'll talk about it later, but I saw a really good movie this past week. Maybe one of the best movies I've seen this year, if not the best. So stay tuned for that.
Okay, so Johnny will end the show with a movie review a little later on. We'll get to that. Some wrestling to get to as well, John. A lot of wrestling I want to talk about. Pro wrestling. Sports entertainment. You know. The business. Full Gear going down tomorrow. We've got a new WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion in Maxine Dupree. We have the men's WarGames and women's WarGames teams official. We have several things that have gone down this week. I want to start with the WWE. We'll get to Full Gear. We will get to Full Gear. Mercedes Moné as well, winning another championship this week. Another championship.
Kinda. Like, she was already the interim ROH TV champion, women's TV champion. Yeah. So she just unified the interim and the actual ROH women's TV title. So, I mean, kinda, but not really. Like, really, she's just the one champion now. She didn't really get a new belt. She just solidified that one title.
Yeah, still. She's now the undisputed Ring of Honor women's television champion. Beat Red Velvet in the main event of Collision or Dynamite? That was Collision?
It was Collision because they did a whole 3-hour special, right? And yes. Collision ended the night, and that was the main event, so it was Collision.
Yes.
Officially.
Yes. Which, by the way, now that we're talking about Collision, Dynamite, and how they had a 3-hour show, so in Canada, it aired Wednesday night, Dynamite, right?
For everyone. I mean,
I'm talking
live,
about TV.
Yeah.
I don't know how you watch it. How do you watch these shows? Internet?
I usually watch it the next day afterwards. They have it on demand. You can watch it on like TSN on demand.
Okay. So I have it on TV, okay? Because I watch TV. Because I'm an old-timey guy who likes TV, right? So Dynamite was on Wednesday night. They aired the Dynamite portion on TSN. But then the Collision part, they aired, I think, the next night on the USA Network Canada, because that's where Collision airs here in Canada.
Right.
So they didn't air it all together. It was separate, which I thought was odd. Whatever. My DVR recorded the whole thing, so I was able to watch it. I mean, I watched it online through the app of my DVR, which is pretty cool. I can access my cable through an app, so I can watch my TV anywhere. It's nice. It's a nice system I have. I'm happy with it.
It's amazing what we live now with the technology that we have. Fantastic.
Yeah,
instead of just like taping stuff, we've advanced quite well.
Well, that's it. I used to tape SmackDown on a VCR.
Right.
Like, I'm old enough that I used to tape SmackDown. I remember having recorded SmackDown and going to watch it because it was on a VCR VHS tape. And now I record it on the DVR automatically. Well, not SmackDown, but say AEW. SmackDown's all on Netflix. It's even easier. But I record stuff on the DVR like AEW, and then I'll watch it on the app that's connected to my DVR that's all in a cloud somewhere. Like, nothing's actually there. It's all, like, on the cloud. And I just access it. I could do it on my phone, on any computer. You know what I mean? They got a desktop thing. It's pretty good. I can access my recorded shows. I can delete them. I can do whatever I want. I think I have to be within the province of Quebec, though. I think outside of the province, it doesn't work. So, there's that. Anyways,
I think it's actually better, though, that you had it this way where you had Dynamite, then Collision separate, because like 3 hours was a lot to take in right away. So, it's good that you had a bit of a break in between.
AEW doing a great job. They do like marathon pay-per-views. They have another one coming up tomorrow night. And to get us geared up for that, they do a marathon TV show. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Tony Khan just cannot help himself. He just wants to give you as much wrestling as humanly possible. We'll talk about his company in a minute here, John. I want to talk about the WWE first. Let's get back to the WWE. The WarGames teams made official this week. Now, we talked last week about who was going to show up at Madison Square Garden. You thought Brock Lesnar might show up. I thought Roman Reigns might show up. We didn't really figure that they would both show up, but they did. They both showed up, which I thought was cool. Heyman was in the ring talking with his crew. Heyman, the manager of the team of Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Drew McIntyre, and Logan Paul. And then the babyfaces come out, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and the Usos, and they all start fighting. And then who comes out? The fifth member of Team Heyman, Brock Lesnar. So the Beast comes out, he clears the ring, and then Roman Reigns' music hits. Roman Reigns comes out, and it's a total brawl, big melee. Roman takes Brock out. There's fake NYPD, obvious indie wrestlers in cop uniforms. Roman spears Brock and a couple cops through the barricade. And we have our Survivor Series men's WarGames team set up on Monday Night Raw at the end of the show. And it provided for a pretty cool finish to Monday Night Raw. I thought Brock sold Roman's music and entrance really well. He looked terrified of Roman Reigns. It was good.
Well, there's a lot of history there. And if there's one person that's been able to stop Brock, it's Roman. So it kind of made a lot of sense. And it helped sell the fact that, this is a big deal. Even Brock, who took care of everybody, Roman, that's one it's going to be kind of tough for him to beat. So that kind of helped set the stage for everything that transpired afterwards. I thought it got a little messy, though, with the cops. A little ridiculous.
Yeah.
A little goofy, I thought.
Yep.
And maybe best that it just went to black, I think, as soon as possible. Because, once you start attacking cops, then reality is really, gone, in my opinion, if that's happening.
Yeah. I mean, when cops are getting pushed around and hit, you go, well, none of this is real. And we know it's not real, but it just seems extra ridiculous, Yeah, I didn't love it. I didn't love the cops. It just seemed goofy. It just seemed goofy with the cops there at the end. But I think overall, what we're getting for WarGames is pretty good. The teams that they have set up are very, very high level, big time stars, some legendary talent in this match. We have CM Punk, who's the world champion, who's awesome, who's a future Hall of Famer. We have Cody Rhodes, who's the undisputed WWE champion, who's also probably a future Hall of Famer. We have Roman Reigns, who's the tribal chief, obviously future Hall of Famer, legend. We have the Usos, one of the greatest tag teams of all time, future Hall of Famers. So this is a team, all 5 members will go to the Hall of Fame. Right?
Yeah, the Usos as a team, but yeah.
I think maybe individually, too.
Well, Jimmy's got to do a lot more work, I think, for that to happen, but okay.
Main event Jey Uso might go. It's possible. But the Usos, for sure, are going into the Hall of Fame one way or another as a team or individually. I could see the Usos getting inducted and then the Bloodline getting inducted as well at some point. Like, come on. So that's a very big team on the babyface side. And then the heel team, you have Brock Lesnar, who's a future Hall of Famer, a mega talent. You don't have to say much about Brock. We know who he is. Drew McIntyre, who's a monster of a man. Probably goes into the Hall of Fame at some point, too. And then you have Logan Paul, one of the biggest stars on the planet. And you've got Braun Breaker, the future top dog of the WWE, probably going to main event WrestleMania a few times in his career. And then you got Bronson Reed, who could be, like, I don't know. I think we're still unsure of what Bronson Reed will become, but there's obviously a lot of upside to him. They're pushing him pretty strong. He was in WarGames last year, too. 2 years in a row. Like, Bronson Reed is one of the top guys in WWE right now. So the heel team, I think, maybe not as strong as the babyface team, but still a lot of stars in this match.
Well, Bronson Reed took a step backwards, though. Lost in the John Cena tournament.
He lost to Carmelo Hayes tonight by countout in the John Cena tournament because Cody Rhodes hit him with a crossroads outside the ring, and he got counted out. I mean, he lost, but it was really Cody that cost him the match, and it was a clever way to get Bronson Reed out of this tournament at a certain point he had to lose because he's not going to go up against Gunther in the finals because that would be weird. 2 heels going up, and Bronson Reed's not going to be the guy to face Cena in the end, so you have to find a way for Bronson to lose, and this made sense. Get him out of the tournament.
I mean, given his stature and, value, I think he should have gone further than this, though. I think, and I get it, him against Gunther, they didn't really want the crowd to be, picking one side or the other. They want a true heel in that one, but, again, maybe they should have just figured out better in terms of the brackets. That kind of name, to be taken out that early, it just seems a bit off to me.
I don't know. He lost by countout.
Sure.
Cody did it.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, and it helped add to the WarGames, but
yeah,
I just think he could have at least made it to the next round at least. He's that big of a star. He should have, I think.
And phase 2.
It's Santa!
What the?
That came out of nowhere. That's fun.
Because so the brackets right now, we got Jey Uso versus Rusev. So the first round is over. We're on to the quarterfinals. Jey Uso versus Rusev. LA Knight versus somebody. It was going to be Sheamus, but Sheamus is hurt now. So they are going to have somebody face LA Knight. And then you got Solo Sikoa, who will face Penta. Solo facing Penta. Penta beating Finn Balor tonight to advance. And Carmelo Hayes advancing this week, beating Bronson Reed, as you mentioned, and Gunther on Raw returning and beating, was it Jevion? What's his name?
Javon Evans, yeah.
Yeah. So Gunther beat him on Raw to advance. So it'll be Carmelo versus Gunther and Solo versus Penta. I mean, I guess Bronson Reed could have advanced and faced LA Knight. But they didn't know Sheamus was going to get hurt.
Yeah, and that would have been better, too. Like, if Gunther just gets a bye kind of thing, that kind of would have worked out better, where it feels like Gunther has an easier path going into the finals. It could have worked out better, but they decided not to go this route, and I guess they feel Gunther getting these matches against smaller guys, that's how they want to push this. I mean, Gunther looked all right in that match against Evans, and he made Evans actually look a lot better than I expected, actually. So I expect more of the same with the Carmelo Hayes match. I think he's going to throw him around a bit, but Hayes will last longer than you expect.
Yeah, but I think ultimately Gunther will win and then advance to face, I don't know, Penta?
Yeah, I think so.
And on the other side, Jey Uso versus Rusev. Jey Uso wins? Or Rusev wins because the something for WarGames, the heels do something? Bronson Reed? Braun Breaker? Logan Paul?
Wait and see on that one. I'm not sure about that. Wait and see.
I think Jey Uso gets eliminated by Rusev because of outside interference. And LA Knight versus somebody, I don't know. I don't know if they know.
It kind of sucks for LA Knight. No, but that's it though. Like, he faced someone. He faced a mystery guy last time, Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
And now another mystery guy again. So it's kind of been kind of rough for LA Knight. I think this is where you throw in like Joe Henry, which they didn't use yet. So I think this is where you use him.
Yeah, maybe. Dolph Ziggler was on Raw this week. He wrestled Solo Sikoa and lost in the John Cena tournament. That was kind of fun.
It was a good match, kind of short, but it was good for what it was. And I thought Dolph looked really good. And odd that they call him Dolph Ziggler again when they, I think, mentioned that he's Nick Nemeth in TNA, but that's what they like to do, I guess.
Zack Ryder was Zack Ryder, and he's Matt Cardona in TNA. He was Matt Cardona on NXT. I'm pretty sure Dolph Ziggler was Nick Nemeth on NXT too, possibly.
I think when Dolph was in NXT, he was Dolph Ziggler, though. Okay. That was a different thing. He was the NXT champion, too.
Uh-huh. Well, it was kind of a throwback to see Dolph Ziggler there. Speaking of throwbacks, we saw John Cena, Sheamus, and Rey Mysterio get a win over JD McDonough, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. That was kind of fun. John Cena wrestling for the final time ever on Monday Night Raw. That was his last Raw. Cut a promo with Dominic, set up a Survivor Series rematch for the Intercontinental title. Cena will defend against Dom in San Diego, Dom's hometown. I wonder what the crowd will be like. People love Dom. And in Dom's hometown, what's that going to be like? Are they going to cheer Dom and boo Cena? Let's go Cena, Cena sucks? What's going to happen? Because the crowds have been pretty heavy behind John Cena, but people love Dom. Dom's the underdog. Dom just lost the belt, and Dom's in his hometown of San Diego. It's kind of an interesting match given, the setting. Their first match wasn't great, so I'm not expecting this one to be anything, but, because it's in San Diego and Dom is so over, it's something.
I'm expecting Dom to cut a promo bashing San Diego, saying that the greatest thing he ever did was leave San Diego. He's going to cut a promo like that to help push it more on Cena's side than his side. I mean, there'll still be cheers for Dom, but because he cuts that promo, I think it'll be more towards Cena than Dom. So I'm expecting that. I'm not expecting much. I thought the promo was god-awful on Raw this week.
Yeah.
I thought the match was pretty much like a house show match. They did the stuff that played to the crowd, and I thought it dragged like crazy too, by the way. Like, I get it. It's a 6-man and they want to do stuff, but like they had to have a heat on Mysterio, a heat on Sheamus, cut to break twice, then finally the big Cena comeback. It was fine, but I mean, it felt like something you would see at a live event show, that kind of match, the way everything kind of played out, which is fine, and people were happy with it, but that's how you start Raw. I felt like that almost sucked the energy out of the room, and I felt like it hurt a lot of things later on in the show.
I don't know. I thought it was a good move. I liked seeing those three guys together. Those three legendary wrestlers just, play the hits. Have a good time. They're just having fun. I think once in a while you got to have fun. Give the people what they want. The rest of the show was whatever. Maxine Dupree got help from AJ Lee to beat Becky Lynch and become the new Women's Intercontinental Champion.
Surprising. I wasn't expecting that. Wasn't the worst match in the world. Not the greatest match, but it may have been Maxine's best match she's ever had.
Yeah.
There were some issues with it. I'm not a fan of Jessica Carr pretty much laughing at Becky Lynch when she's trying to be serious. But that's more on Carr than anything else. There was one situation where Maxine, I think Becky had her an armbar, and she tried to bridge out and roll through it. But by doing so, she pretty much fully extended the arm, and it's if you bridge out like that, you're making the face right now. How did you not break your arm by doing that? It's kind of ridiculous. But that's nitpicking little things. I could get how Maxine wouldn't understand that kind of stuff because she's not used to fighting, so it makes sense. It was just little things, but again, they kept it simple. And I think it worked. The crowd was happy with it. The AJ Lee distraction. That's all you needed to do, really, in the end. Don't make it too complicated with too many back and forth false finishes, which I think they did a pretty good job with.
And AJ finally making her return, helping Maxine win the title, costing Becky her Intercontinental title, and she paid the price tonight on SmackDown. As the babyface team, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss. That's right. Charlotte has already decided that she's okay teaming with Rhea. They did a terrible backstage pre-tape, Charlotte and Rhea face-to-face tonight on SmackDown. They got to stop with this acting Hollywood stuff. Feels like everybody's auditioning. I get that Ari Emanuel is obviously, ultimately your boss, but, stop auditioning for Ari. The writers are doing it. The wrestlers are doing it. The writers are trying to get big Hollywood jobs. The wrestlers are trying to get acting jobs. I don't know what's going on. It's terrible. The music behind that segment, it was awful, awful stuff. And that's supposed to mend the fences between Charlotte and Rhea. Last week, Charlotte said, I'm out. I don't want to be on this team. On Raw, Alexa Bliss was getting beat up, and Charlotte helped her. And now on SmackDown, Alexa was like, let's be friends. You have to talk it out. And then they had a bad talk it out segment. Now they're all friends. A week later, it's all done. What was it for? Fill time, I guess. Somewhat acknowledge that Charlotte and Rhea have a history. I don't love that, a week ago, Charlotte was like, I'm out. And then a week later on SmackDown, she's in the ring with them, and she's like, hey, it's all good. We're fine. Whatever.
Well, I think the promo that Alexa was cutting in the ring on Raw, that was supposed to have a better emotional attachment to this. But the crowd was crapping on the whole thing. Again, because of the whole Cena thing, I think it sucked all the energy out, so the crowd didn't care about what Alexa was talking about.
Well, her delivery
not saying it was
great.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it was the greatest thing in the cut, but I think the crowd just didn't care because they saw something they liked, and they're not big on this, so they're going to crap on that easier because of that. And, yeah, it fell flat, that promo. You could tell Alexa was kind of pissed because she could tell the people were wanting her all the time, so they weren't happy. Yeah. She wasn't happy, so... It just didn't work out too well. And now we get more awkwardness because, yes, go to the bad acting, which they love to do.
Oh, it was so bad. Anyways, so they eventually got in the ring in the main event of SmackDown, the final segment. Charlotte, Rhea, Alexa, and Io, and they announced their final member, AJ Lee. But before AJ can even come out to the ring, the heels attack. It's Lash Legend, it's Nia Jax, it's Asuka and Kairi Sane, and they beat up the four that are in the ring. AJ goes to run to the ring and help, and she gets cut off by Becky Lynch, who reveals herself, of course, as the fifth member of the women's WarGames team. So AJ Lee and Becky Lynch, two big names getting added to the WarGames matches. A lot of big names added to the WarGames this week. We saw Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Becky Lynch, and AJ Lee all get added to WarGames matches this week as the final members of their teams. Pretty good. Well done.
Did you notice, though, how they have it for, like, the WarGames teams for the men's side? It's Brock front and center, and it's Cody front and center. So I guess those are the team captains from what it seems like, and it looks like Brock and Cody, that's the thing going forward, I guess.
Brock and Cody are the captains, not Roman and Brock?
Well, again, Cody was front, like he's in the middle pretty much, right? Standing out kind of thing, and Brock is too, so.
I don't know. Harold Schneider dropped the super chat. He says, I may watch this pay-per-view, haven't in almost a year. Thank you, Harold. Member of the team over at join.ringsidereport.net. I think he's talking about Full Gear. He hasn't watched an AEW pay-per-view in almost a year. Why Full Gear? Like, why is this the one that's bringing you back? I'm interested because on paper I feel like it's maybe not their strongest effort, but it could be something.
I have to say, this year for pay-per-views, AEW, that's probably their strongest area right now. Is like, just have had really good pay-per-views like almost the whole year.
Yeah.
That's probably another reason why you question. It's like, they've had so many good pay-per-views. Is it possible they could do another really good pay-per-view? They've done so many good ones already.
Yeah.
Have they run out yet?
Great stuff, too long. Every time. Every time I'm like, wow, it was really good, but man, it was just so much. It could have cut like 3 or 4 matches and it would have been good. I'm looking at this card and I'll tell you, there's a few matches that I would cut now. But it's going to be like a 7-hour show and whatever. Tony Khan does what he does. So women's WarGames match, pretty good. Men's WarGames match, pretty good. We'll preview Survivor Series. Thank you, Harold. We'll preview Survivor Series and the WarGames and everything next week on the show, or we will be a day before, right? And John Cena, Dominic Mysterio, official for that card, as well as the men's and women's WarGames matches. And Stephanie Vaquer, the women's world champion, will be defending against Fearless Nikki Bella. And, 2 titles on the line. Always like to see a title change on a big show. I think we may see Nikki on top in San Diego. Her hometown as well.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that. I'm thinking Dom's probably going to get the IC title back because I don't think they want Cena to retire with the title. So
I don't think Dom's beating Cena before Cena has his last match. I don't think anybody's beaten Cena until his last match, and even then, Cena might just win outright. I think you're wrong.
That's why I think Cena should lose.
Why?
Because now's the time. Like, if you're not going to lose, like, your last match, you should lose now, so then someone can still have the title.
If you lose now, it makes his last match mean less.
It's still the last match because there's a big tournament for it, so there's always value behind it.
You're just a hater.
I'm actually being like sensible here.
No, you're not.
It's better to have a champion instead of another tournament We're going to be drowning in tournaments. We don't need that. No more tournaments. Stop the tournaments. We get a tournament right after Full Gear, by the way. And this women's tag tournament, by the way, is not over afterwards. Like,
I know.
It's only halfway through.
It should be the end, but it's not. We're getting another tournament after Full Gear? What do you mean? Is it the Owen again?
That's more in the spring time. Double or Nothing around there. No, we're getting the Continental Classic.
Are they going to make another belt?
No, I believe Okada has to defend, I think, in the tournament. If I'm mistaken. That's how it worked last year, right?
Okada has to be in the tournament and defend while in the tournament? Like every match is a title match?
No, not every match is a title match. He just has to be the winner at the end of it. Yeah.
Okay. I see. So his belt is on the line no matter what.
Pretty much. But he doesn't have to win every match, though.
Right, because it's like by points.
Right. I mean,
it's
right? Like
it's their, what do you call it?
G1?
G1, yeah. Oh, AEW. Always doing crazy stuff. Crazy. All right, what else happened tonight on SmackDown? Penta beat Finn Balor to advance in the tournament. DIY beat Fraxium after Candice LeRae pulled Axiom's mask off. Ilya Dragunov beat JD McDonough to retain the U.S. title. Yeah.
It was eventful, SmackDown. I'm not saying the matches were great, but it was eventful.
Yeah. What really happened? The women's WarGames matches were announced. What else happened? John Cena tournament?
Cody got took out, but then he came back.
Yeah, he got attacked by Drew McIntyre, and then he came back with a fake. The cut looks so fake on his head.
The makeup.
It was awful. It looks so dumb.
Yeah.
And, it'll be gone next week, which a gash that big shouldn't be.
Right.
So stupid. If that was real, there would still be something next week. But next week, it'll be gone because it was makeup. This is why you shouldn't do that in wrestling.
It was a little much, but, I guess they felt they needed to add a little more drama. It's Cody, so they always do a little bit too much.
It was really dumb. Cody's, dead in his bus. And then, 10 minutes later, he's in the ring, fine. What happened? And why do only some guys show up from the teams? What is that? Cody's there. The Usos are there. Braun Breaker's there. Logan Paul's there. And Bronson Reed is there. But CM Punk... and Drew McIntyre's there too. But CM Punk and Roman Reigns, they never show up. And Brock Lesnar obviously is not going to be there. So CM Punk and Roman Reigns are leaving their guys shorthanded constantly on SmackDown. Cody and the Usos are 3 guys going up against Bronson, Braun, Logan, and Drew. 4 guys. Every week, it was last week that this happened, and now this week. They didn't learn their lesson. Punk didn't show up, and Roman, who's now on the team, also didn't show up on SmackDown. Thankfully, it somehow worked out in Cody and the Usos' favor. They wound up relatively unscathed, although Cody has a massive gash on his head, likely a concussion. You know what I mean? Don't you think Punk should have been there? Roman, maybe to have a little backup, because last week they were outnumbered, they got beat up. This week they were outnumbered and they got beat up.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think SmackDown is in San Diego next week, so I think they'll be there.
Yeah, well, they'll be in town.
They'll get back up. I think,
Wait. No.
It's not?
No, it's not. It's taped. They're taping it in Denver right now. It's probably happening now because next week is Thanksgiving. So they're not doing a live SmackDown. It's a tape SmackDown on the Friday night.
Oh, actually, aren't they taping it after Raw this week, actually?
Are they? I don't know. I don't know when they're taping it. I thought they were taping it tonight in Denver.
I think it's Monday they might be doing double tapings. So
that makes sense. Well, it's taped either way. So maybe they will be there. Because it's Raw.
Chance for Punk,
and everybody shows up on Raw.
Well, that's it. Raw's like the main show pretty much now.
Yeah. So they might make an appearance on SmackDown because they're already there. Okay, well, that's a save at least. But it is taped next week. It's not a live show.
Well, that's going to be rough, too, because they're going to have the kickoff stuff happening the same day, too, right? And then other stuff's happening.
What do you mean?
Like, remember like when they used to go to Saudi Arabia and it's like, oh, well, let's go back to, what's happening in the U.S., and then magically they'll teleport right to Saudi Arabia the next day? I can see stuff like that go down. Or something, they pull off angles or something that happens on the kickoff, because they usually have like a kickoff kind of thing from the crowd.
Yeah.
And sometimes they do angles too.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see if they pull that off, and then, oh, by the way, SmackDown's happening.
But the kickoff would be the next day, wouldn't it?
No, sometimes they do the kickoff the Friday afternoon, actually, around noon or something.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, they probably won't do a live one because, like, Thanksgiving stuff, right? I don't think they're going to be working until Saturday.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah.
Anyhow. So next week we'll preview that because it's not Thanksgiving here. It's not a holiday here in Canada, so we'll be on next Friday. Right?
No, Thanksgiving's only on a Monday for us. Well, Sunday, Monday.
There you go. All right, Full Gear. AEW Full Gear. The fullest gear.
Named after Hangman.
Yeah, that's right. 13 matches on this thing. 13.
You're kind of the pre-show, right, when you say this?
Oh, Harold Schneider says I don't watch AEW. I was speaking of WarGames. Okay. When he said I may watch this pay-per-view, haven't in almost a year, that's not an AEW pay-per-view. That's WWE pay-per-view. He hasn't watched in almost a year, and he's going to maybe watch WarGames he's thinking of. He's not watching AEW. All right, Harold.
Well, he probably picked the best year because WWE's kind of been in a bit of a down this year, so he picked the best year not to watch.
Yeah, it hasn't been great. AEW's had some good shows. Hopefully tomorrow's show is good. 13 matches, 4 on the pre-show, 11 on the main show. Wait.
Yikes.
No. Hold on.
No, that doesn't make any sense, by the way.
No, 9. What am I saying? Sorry, I'm sick, John. My brain isn't working as well as it should. I don't know if you could tell by my voice. I am pretty, yeah.
You're powering through. You powered through last night. You're powering through again.
I actually feel better than I did last night somehow, so that's good.
Well, that's good.
All right. So the pre-show matches, Boom and Doom. Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall versus Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta. I'm not going to tune into the pre-show if that's what they're giving me. Then you've got Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. Wait, they're a team again?
It's this $200,000 thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like they've been teaming. Yeah, so they started this whole angle, mainly on Collision, but you haven't seen Collision. But yeah, they've started an angle. I think they've had like Jerry Lynn show up instead of Billy Gunn, saying that they should get back together as a team, even though they don't like each other. So that's what they're kind of doing. They don't like each other still, but they're teaming with each other regardless.
They should have never broken up. They were very popular as a team. They were very good as a team. I have no idea why they broke them up. They've been absolutely non-entities as singles wrestlers. It's crazy that the Acclaim isn't a tag team in AEW. It's crazy.
It's coming back together.
It should. Everybody loves the Acclaimed. What are we doing? I miss them as a team. Because individually, I don't care about them. Together, I'm very interested. How did they screw that up?
Some people just have to find out, like, yep, it only works as a team. It doesn't work individually.
Well, I hope they've figured it out. It's a $200,000 four-way tag team match. The winners get $200,000. A lot of money being thrown around in the tag division. The Young Bucks aren't even in this.
They're another money match.
What? Yeah, they're in the other. What's all these money matches in AEW all of a sudden?
For some reason, I guess the stakes they always have to have stakes in their matches, right? And they don't always have titles.
Money? Don't you always get money if you win a match? Isn't that
Not
the
that
premise?
much money. That's a lot of money for a match.
But, like, there are 2 matches on this show with money. 2 matches on this show where if you win money. Jeez. I mean, that's just weird.
The Bucks thing makes sense because they're broke, right? So that makes sense. I get that.
It's the gimmick that they're doing, the Bucks. But now to add this on the pre-show, you're like, what is this? Right? Like, what is that?
It's a little much.
They're like, we want to do a 4-way tag. Nothing on the line. Should we do a tag title shot? Nah, let's just give them money. Max Caster and Anthony Bowens teaming up. The former Acclaimed, now I guess just 2 guys, taking on Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson, who are just the 2 guys left of that group. Jay White and Colton Gunn, I guess, injured.
Yeah, I think they're both injured. Bullet Club Gold, I guess they were called, right?
Yeah,
or the Bang Bang
Gang or whatever. I don't know. So Juice and Gunn are together. You know what I actually just got this week?
I'm guessing you got a new action figure, probably of Juice Robinson. I'm going to guess.
Yeah, I got a Juice for my son for Hanukkah.
I guess correctly.
Juice.
It's not bad. He's
like,
shaving
what is
now,
this?
though.
Juice Robinson?
He lost the beard, though.
Yeah,
no more beard for Juice. Not as juicy as he used to be. Too bad, Tony. But Tony shares the love, so it's all right.
Look at this flare, brother. Oof, look at the robe on this, brother.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a nice Ric Flair.
Yeah. For an AEW Ric Flair, I'm guessing that's the only one, because I haven't seen any other ones. Didn't realize Ric Flair had an AEW figure.
I picked this up for him, too. He really wants this guy for some reason.
It's an elite. What is it exactly?
You can't see that? That's the EB, brother. He's back. And better than ever.
Huh. Wow. That's neat.
EB.
I didn't realize. Wow.
Eric Bischoff. Bischoff.
Yeah. Like, it's weird. Well, it's because usually they have the black hair Eric Bischoff, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, white hair Bischoff. WCW Bischoff.
I don't know if they've ever made a white-haired Eric Bischoff.
Well, there we go. We got a white-haired Bischoff. Very exciting. Anyways, why are we talking about that? Oh, yeah, Juice Robinson. Big Bill and Brian Keith are in this match. I got distracted because I lost interest in this match halfway through previewing it.
Did you have a prediction on winner potentially here?
No, hold on. Let's run through the whole card, and then we'll go match by match, okay? Briefly, match by match. Big Bill and Brian Keith, Jericho's boys without Jericho, and the Outrunners, Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd. It's a fatal 4-way tag team match for $200,000. Then we continue. A trios match for the CMLL World Trios Championship. Mystico, Mascara Dorada, and Neon. The champions taking on Don Callis family members Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke Takeshita, and Hechisaro. I didn't just sneeze there. That's the guy's name. Hechisaro. It sounds like a sneeze, especially when I say it with my cold. Hechisaro. God bless you. Cicero. Nothing. Hook and Eddie Kingston take on the Workhorsemen, Anthony Henry and JD Drake, in a tag team match. That's just the pre-show. Then we get to the main card. We get to some good stuff. Chris Statlander defending the AEW Women's World Title against Mercedes Moné. Hangman Adam Page defending the AEW World Championship in a steel cage match against Samoan Joe. Brodito defending the AEW World Tag Team Championship against FTR. Kenny Omega and the Jurassic Express take on the Young Bucks with Josh Alexander in a $1 million trios match. A casino gauntlet match will determine the first ever AEW national champion. Kyle Fletcher will take on Mark Briscoe, Fletcher defending his AEW TNT championship in a no disqualification match. Darby Allin goes one-on-one with Pac. And a four-way tag team match between Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, Julia Hart and Sky Blue, Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa, and Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir, where the winning team will choose the stipulation for the semifinal match in the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament. Like, what a convoluted gimmick that is. And Jon Moxley takes on Kyle O'Reilly. No holds barred, which could be fun. I think that'll be enjoyable. All right, let's start with some stuff we care about here. How about Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné, AEW Women's World Championship here? Mercedes challenged for the Women's World title before, didn't beat Toni Storm. Does she do it here? Mercedes has been collecting all the belts. This is the one that she hasn't been able to capture. I kind of want to see her do it. She's so good. Such a talent. Her match with Red Velvet this week I thought was solid. The finish was very impressive. She's got charisma. She's got the look. She's a great wrestler. She's a great promo. She's a total package. She's got all the belts. I like Chris Statlander. And, you know, she just won the belt. She hasn't been champion for long. But I think giving her the belt kind of elevated her already to where she needed to be as like a legit main eventer. And you can take the belt off her now and then eventually work your way to giving her the belt again in the future. And that'll be okay. I'm going to go with Mercedes. I think Mercedes becomes the new world champion. And we fully cement Mercedes as the top female talent in AEW with all the gold, sucker.
Well, I was going to agree with you up to the prediction, actually, because I think, because originally they had it was going to be title for title, but then they changed it. There was only one title on the line. And I felt that they didn't want to put all the titles on anyone. So I think in the end they're going to give this to Statlander. Statlander was pretty much down after what happened on Collision this week. Mercedes was up, so I think Statlander is going to get the win. Now, I agree with you on everything. I would put Mercedes as the top right now. I thought Statlander was god-awful on commentary.
Yeah.
And
her promos are
I never want to hear her talk. Oh, it's atrocious.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yep.
I saw Tony Khan saying that she's the top woman right now in wrestling for Statlander. I'm like, no, she's not.
No, she's not. She's not even the top in the company.
Nope. So, I mean, you can put the title on her and all that, but it doesn't make her the best. But I think they're going to try to help solidify that statement by having Statlander win.
Yeah.
I think on Saturday.
Not only is Chris Statlander not the best in the world, she's not even top 5 currently.
Oh, I think you could argue like top 10. That's questionable.
Not. Yeah, probably not. Top 10 right now, women's wrestlers in the world. No particular order. Just give me 10 of the best. I would say Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné are in there from AEW. They might be my only two people that are in AEW that would be on that list. I think you got a lot of talented people in WWE. You've got Asuka. You've got Io. You've got Rhea. You've got Tiffany Time. You've got... It's only 6. Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch.
Is it Bailey yet?
Bailey. I don't know. They got other ones. Maybe Statlander is top 10. I think you could make an argument for Statlander over Kyrie. I think you could make us, who would be, I just named 9 there. You go with number 10, it's like, well, maybe Statlander, maybe Kyrie, maybe, if Bianca Belair was active, well, she would fill out that top 10. And, there's some of them that are hurt right now that aren't around. AJ Lee's pretty over, Alexa Bliss, I would say, I would put Chris Statlander over Alexa Bliss. Just because of the in-ring work. So much better. Maybe top 10.
Okay, there's a debate for the 10th spot, sure.
Yeah,
That's
I think maybe you put Statlander in the 10 best in the world today. On American TV wrestling. Yeah, maybe.
Still not number 1, though.
No, it's not number 1, and it's definitely not even top 5. She's probably top 3 in AEW, though. Tony, Mercedes, Tony, or Tony Mercedes, depending on the day. Statlander.
Sure, yeah. I'd agree with that.
Yeah. So you think Stat's going to win? I got Mercedes. CEO. Should be a good match.
It was over in Boston.
Their last match was very good.
Both matches they had. I thought their first match was good, and the second match was even better. So that means the third match will probably be the best.
Yeah. Hangman takes on Samoa Joe. Steel cage match for the AEW World Title. I like the promo that Hangman cut on Joe after he beat Shibata. Hangman beats Shibata and then kicks him in the balls. What a babyface champion Hangman is, right? He's like, I put Will Hobbs in a hospital. I just kicked Shibata's dick off. And Joe's standing there as the evil challenger, looking like he's going to cry. As Hangman is saying, it's just you and me in the cage. I'm going to get you, Joe. And Joe's like, oh, shit. And you kind of feel bad for Joe that Hangman, killed all his friends. Even though Joe, was a good guy, then he turned on Hangman, he beat him up with all his friends, and he really deserves everything he's getting. But just the way Joe sold it, you're like, oh, man, poor Joe. Hangman's so mean. But, I think the match will be really good. I think Hangman will win. Good promo.
I didn't really understand the need for the poncho line that he threw out there.
I didn't get that at all. I don't know what the hell he was saying.
Well, it was referring to the time when, remember WrestleMania? They were having that storm, and Joe was on commentary for WrestleMania, and he was wearing a poncho, and you're at commentary there. I don't know why he had to throw in the poncho line.
What did he say about the poncho? He said something about a poncho, and I was like, poncho?
Yeah, because when he was on commentary for WrestleMania, he was wearing a poncho.
He wore a poncho, but what did Hangman say about it? He said something to Joe. I forget exactly what he said. But yeah, he did say something about Joe being on commentary with a poncho. I don't know. That was a reference that I didn't get. I guess you got it. Did you get it right away?
I got it, but I don't get what the significance of it. Why bring that up? It didn't make any sense for what he was saying.
Weird.
Yeah, it was very odd. Like, I didn't understand that part. The intensity is good and all that. It's just, again, like, I don't know if the structure was really, like, sound in that one.
You got Hangman winning?
I mean, I think he might be the lock of the night.
Okay. I could see that. What else do we have? Brodito defending the tag team titles against the FTR. I can see FTR winning here. Brodito's had a nice little run.
Mm-hmm.
Is this where FTR wins and gets another title run, or are they just here to solidify Brodito as a legit tag team by losing?
It's a tough one and go either way.
Yeah.
I'm going more towards FTR winning.
Me too.
But I mean, I'm far from a lock on this one. I feel like I could go either way. I'm going more towards this is what I want. And I'm going to go with FTR, but I would not, bet on that one whatsoever.
Yeah, me neither. All right, we're both going with FTR, but yeah, I could see that going either way. Again, should be a fun match. Could be really good. Like, that may be match of the night.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Could steal the show. Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express take on the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. Interesting stuff with the Young Bucks. Like, Don Callis is trying to get them to join the family, and the Young Bucks don't seem convinced. Don Callis wanted them to take out Kenny Omega, but they didn't really look like they wanted to do it. And then Jack Perry and Luchasaurus kind of came out with weapons, and Young Bucks just ran out because they figured they were going to get attacked. But they never really turned on Kenny and really attacked Kenny, which makes you wonder, like, what's going on with the Bucks. Are they going to turn babyface through all of this, or will they join the Don Callis family? I don't think they're going to join Don Callis. I think this is a babyface turn for the Bucks. Something might happen in this match.
Yeah, I think you're right, but I feel like this is happening in two different angles in the same family, is it not? Were there potential face turns, right? Konosuke as well, with the whole thing with Okada, like they're teaming, and I feel like that's going to fall apart. And
yeah,
so it's like, I feel like we're doing almost the same thing on the same show. So it's weird where, are you really going to do that? Like, two babyface turns on the same show against the same heel faction?
Well, they're doing two money matches.
They are doing two money matches, and if anyone should turn, it should be the Bucks, because I feel like they've been building this for far too long. That, I think the Bucks are turning face on Saturday, and I think this means Kenny and Jurassic Express are going to win.
I agree. It's not all about the money for the Bucks. They're going to stick with their friend, Kenny Omega. Casino Gauntlet for the inaugural AEW National Championship. We know that Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin are going to be the first two guys in this, so they're going to have to fight each other, I guess?
Well, for the first little bit until someone else comes out, I guess, yeah.
Ricochet, Kevin Knight, and Speedball Bailey are the only other announced entrants in this match. Who will be the first ever AEW National Champion? I think anybody's guess. Who knows? MJF?
Well, MJF still has that guaranteed world title shot, right? So
okay, yeah. So not MJF? Where's MJF? Can he come back soon?
It'd be nice if that's how Full Gear ends.
Yeah,
he's gonna come for Hangman at World's End. That'd be pretty sweet, I think.
I miss MJF. Like, is he hurt? Like, what's the deal? Why isn't he on TV?
I think it was just more of like, just to cool him down a little bit and then bring him back fresh again, kind of thing.
I don't know. Big pay-per-view. Feels like MJF should be on it. When I watch a big AEW show, he's one of the guys I expect to see. You know? Like you watch a big WWE show, you figure Roman Reigns is going to be on. You watch a big AEW show, you kind of figure MJF is going to be on there. Not saying he's Roman Reigns, but, he's a big star. In his prime. If he's not hurt, I don't know why he's not there. Maybe he wins the national championship. Maybe it's Ricochet. Maybe it's Ric Flair. Who knows?
I don't think it's going to be Ric Flair.
Not Ric Flair. But, I mean, it could be anybody. Could be you.
It won't be me. That's I can guarantee you that.
Okay.
There's no talks whatsoever.
Okay.
It's got to be someone who they're confident that will travel and wrestle in all different places and defend the title. Who's a guy that's good for that? Like, who's a guy that is good to go all over the place, all over the world, and defend the championship?
No idea. You have a guess?
Well, to me, like, Bobby Lashley is number one. Like, they should put it all on Bobby Lashley, I think, right now. Like, that was fantastic how they started Dynamite. I thought him and Ricochet, like, just show you how over Bobby is. He didn't do much, but people love Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
Just give Bobby everything. Like, he's my number one pick.
You love Bobby.
I know. Yeah. Make him the world champion, too. Have him beat Hangman.
That's crazy.
That's what it should have been. No, that's not crazy. That's what it should have been.
It's crazy.
But, no, it's not. But if it's not Bobby, I'd put it on someone like Scorpio Sky, actually.
Yeah, he reemerged this week. I was like, where's this guy been?
Right. But he's been someone they've had since day one, if not mistaken.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. Kyle Fletcher defends the TNT title against Mark Briscoe. If Briscoe loses, he's got to join the Don Callis family. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Briscoe's going to win the belt here.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because the way it's just been kind of unfolding a little bit, like, it doesn't feel like Briscoe's going away. Because after what happened at Blood and Guts, it feels like they almost have to put it on Briscoe now, I think. Because it would take away from Briscoe what he's trying to accomplish, to fight all the way back, and then just to have it all taken away from him. That would kind of hurt him more than help him. So, yeah, I think he has to win at this point. And Fletcher had a decent run. He did enough things with the championship. So, yeah, I think it's Briscoe's time.
Yeah, I hope he does win. He's been looking great lately. Darby Allin versus Pac. This should be really good. I feel like Pac's going to deliver a vicious beating to Darby and beat him.
I think he'll give him a beating, but I think Darby's going to win. I'm also going to add Orange Cassidy, that national title potential win.
Yeah, he can
throw it out there.
Too. Always a good pick in AEW.
That's it. You just think about guys that they like and like top guys, but not quite world title. Orange Cassidy's definitely right there in that mix.
Any chance we see somebody new in AEW? Maybe they bring in a Karrion Kross or something?
I mean, there were talks about that. I don't know if you saw Tony Khan's interview with Ariel.
Yeah, he was asked about him, and he said, "Oh, I don't know, maybe," which is that could be a kayfabe answer.
Of course.
Yeah.
But at least it's out there in the world where it's been talked about, so.
I could see him as the first national champion.
That's big, though. To just have someone, it's one thing for him to show up in AEW, be in that gauntlet, right? Then to win as well,
you're probably
really big.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's maybe too much. All right, so you got Darby over Pac. How about the 4-way women's tag match? Babes of Wrath versus Sisters of Sin versus Timeless Time Bombs versus Megan and Marina. I'm going to go with
Is it pick'em?
Yeah, I'll go with Megan and Marina.
Yeah, I was pretty much going to go the same because I don't think they're going to win the tournament.
No.
But they want to make them strong, and I think by them winning this match makes them look strong. So yeah.
And they could pick the stipulation for their semifinal match because the winner of this gets to pick their stipulation for the next match they have in the tournament. Not the finals, the semifinals, which is just a weird match. Like, this match should not be on this pay-per-view. They could have cut that.
If anything, pre-show, I don't know why it's on the pay-per-view. I don't think it should be on the pay-per-view.
Yeah. John Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly. I think Kyle O'Reilly gets this one. No holds barred. I think O'Reilly wins.
Really? Okay, I think they're finally going to give this to Moxley because Kyle's beaten him several times now. So
just once.
I think Moxley gets. Well, he won, I think, by countout, didn't he? Or
yeah,
or
but he hasn't